I can say this. We will never, ever forget Evelyn Boswell. And any type of lead that may still continue to come in, we send investigators out on it. What we have seen and what we've been through and the fight that we've had, which has been overwhelming, frustrating. There's so many things that's went on in this case that the general public doesn't see. We have point of interest, a person of interest.
Person of interest. You have to comment down below and let me know, who do you think this person of interest is? Is it somebody that we've known and seen throughout this case? Or is it somebody behind the scenes that we've never heard of? A couple of names popped up in my head, and I want to take you back for a moment because if you remember, Megan's mother was bailed out with her boyfriend 2 days before Evelyn was found.
I can just tell you what I saw from my point of view, and it did not seem that investigators were searching inside the house.
When was the last time you saw Evelyn?
Go and get that camera out my face, man.
So I didn't show that to imply that one of them is the person of interest, though it could be, we don't know. I'm just setting up the timeline and setting up this next portion, which I thought was interesting because we were all wondering when Evelyn was found, how exactly did they get this information? Did somebody call it in? Was it a tip? I thought it was kind of coincidental that 2 days after these two are released, now after all this time, Evelyn is found. But check out Captain Stricker's explanation of how they found Evelyn.
Strickler says no one ever called in and told them to search the location on Muddy Creek Road in Blountville. Instead, it came down to the follow-up work of investigators.
He does go into further detail, but I just wanted to stop for a minute because I thought at one point, and I'm going to have to go back and check, you know, my daughter's home now, there's no school open, so when I have time I'm going to look back, or maybe if somebody knows. I thought it was reported at one point that they said it was a tip of somebody calling in, but they stated it wasn't a tip or a call, it was just follow-up investigation.
They were following up on some things, and that which led them back to that location, and then while they were there, they were just, you know, they were talking and discussing things, and that led to the actual searching in certain areas.
This person of interest, I wonder to what level their involvement is. So far we know that Evelyn, she's under arrest and she's charged with lying to police.
Boswell, who remains in the Sullivan County Jail on bond for a false reporting charge.
We were immediately getting deception and lies from the mother of Evelyn. We were running down everything she said. We had to.
I mean, do you guys remember this clip too? It seems like even on TV, she was either contradicting herself or lying.
Are you worried about her safety?
I mean, in a way, yes. Just because we can't find, you know, the car or nothing like that.
Are you feeling worried or anything along those lines?
Yeah.
Can you tell me about that at all?
Well, the reason I didn't report it or anything is because I knew the person who had her, and I didn't want them to run away with her. And as soon as they thought anything was going on, they just kind of vanished. Mm-hmm. So I'm just worried about, you know, like where they're at, what they're doing with her at this point in time.
So you do know who has her? You do. Can you tell us who that is, or you don't?
I can't release anything further about that.
So you do know who has her. Are you worried about her safety?
Well, now I am, because they won't answer phone calls. They've just kind of disappeared.
I've told TBI where to find her in Mendota. My mom took her to a campground and a silver camper, and if they don't go tonight, I'm going to go find her myself. I was trying to protect my mom, maybe in hopes, oh, well, she'd just tell them where Evelyn was. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, why didn't you report it missing earlier? Because my mom threatened me, and I just want her back. That's all I can think about is how much I just want her back.
There was an arraignment recently for Megan to request more time because they're supposed to present this to a jury, a grand jury. And they say there's about 25 hours worth of video footage that she needs to go through, and she wants to go through all of it.
Your Honor, the state had hoped to have her indicted by today's date. However, the voluminous nature of the file, we've not been able to have that case presented to the grand jury. And for the court's benefit, I know you're not aware, but Mr. Sproles is aware, and he has attempted to view in my presence, the two of us. It requires multiple hours just to get through one recorded interview. There's more than probably 25 hours of just video interview of the defendant.
I did notice too, there was this one portion, I don't know if you guys that saw the entire video noticed when she was done asking for the extra time because it's going to take so many hours to look through all the video, which I think both of the lawyers have to do, he kind of like rolled his eyes. He was like, okay, you know, it's just a quick little roll eye. But they are going to be looking to, I believe, decrease the bond, which is set for Megan. Right now, I currently believe it's at $150,000. And I almost wonder if they do drop it lower, is she going to be able to actually get out? And, well, with the whole thing now that they're mentioning a person of interest, what does this mean for the whole case of Evelyn Boswell?
We would ask to set an earlier date. We'd like the court to take a second look at her bond.
Reach out to me if there's any portions of the story that you think I need to cover or you have information. Peace. This clip is interesting because this is Tommy Boswell Sr. and he's talking about the last time that he saw Evelyn, and he's the one that actually reported her missing to DCFS or whatever it's called over there. And he stated that Angela told him, which is the grandmother, which is Megan's mother, that he would regret it, that he better not report this child missing.
But I'm the one called DCS and got this started.
And why did you call DCS?
Because my granddaughter, she never did come back, and I just want to know what happened to her.
When was the last time you had seen her?
Thanksgiving, up to his house. We all had Thanksgiving dinner.
So you hadn't seen her since Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving.
I know some reports say that it was like early December, so yours was a lot longer than that.
Yeah, it was Thanksgiving.
Had you been in communication with them at all? Like, I know you hadn't seen her, but what about talking?
No, I hadn't talked to her nothing. I stayed busy, and I talked to my ex-wife, and I told her, I said, if Evelyn don't come home, I'm going to do something about it. And she said, you better not do that. You're going to regret this.